Damn it. Hold on one second. I'm trying to type this title. Okay. What up? Where is everything? I cannot find my stuff. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay. We in here. All right. We trickling in. Okay. How's everybody feeling? All right. I misspelled my hashtag. Okay, well, we'll have to deal with that in post. How's my mental health going? It's good, man. You know, one day at a time with this. We cool. Thank you for asking. Y'all gonna be happy. I actually have a docket this morning. I prepared it last night. I don't want to say I overslept this morning, but my alarm had went off at 5:30, and I was supposed to get up, and I had hit snooze, and snooze you lose. Didn't come back up. I don't know what happened. So that is why it's a few minutes. All right. Let's get into it in a second. I got a few things to talk about. Got a whole docket typed up and everything. Good morning, cup of dough. Get y'all's asses up. Good morning. Oops. Trying to put all my stuff on. YouTube, smash that like button. We got 20 of us in here. Come on. Let's get that like up. Let them like buttons up. Good morning, exotic eyes. How's everybody doing? I'm trying to put my little trinkets on. I hate this. Okay. Click for me, please. Give me 1 second. This is gonna super make me mad. Yo. All right, hold on 1 second. There we go. Woo! All right. Somebody says say something funny. Your mama's nickname is Harold. All right, cool. Let's move into this. You ready to get this thing going? Yeah. Top of the morning. It's the morning cup of dough morning show. We're about to get this thing going. I have a docket of topics. Yeah, y'all didn't even know I was gonna rhyme there. A docket of topics. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get this thing going very, very soon. As you can see by the title, there might be trouble in Hollywood with some of the rap elites. King David, what's up, man? Lamb, that's a long title. Says, say a prayer for us in Buffalo. Absolutely. Prayers for Buffalo. I'm feeling good. I'm okay. I'm starting to wake up. You know. I left all my picks in the car. It's in the car, so I didn't get to pick out my beard. So I need no judgment, but that's compacted in that thing. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. We got some things to talk about. We'll give it about 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Yo, trying to get my fitness thing right. I ain't gonna hold you. Ice cold water is starting to become addicting. I know everybody else be like, you should drink it room temperature. No, I need wild ice, son. Wild ice, and I'm with that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we got enough people in here. Y'all ready to get started? I have a docket. Y'all would be so proud of me. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, first story. And like I said, we don't we when we do the morning cup of dough morning show, I'm never trying to bring y'all some humdrum bad news, but I'm gonna tell the truth too. So if it's something in the news, we gotta, talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. So, but I try to stay away from like the heavy topics. But this topic ain't necessarily heavy. It's just um, pandemic talk, I guess. So, as if the last 2.5 years have not been tough enough for all of us with this COVID thing and this pandemic thing and this lockdown thing. As if that hadn't been enough, as if we didn't have to have mask mandates and wasn't able to go outside and all of these things. Like, we went through that, different versions of the COVID shit. You had the Omarion variant, you know what I'm saying? Folks was dancing and had an ice box where their heart used to be. All these things, they just kept coming out with different, then you had to get the vaccine, and then it was the Pfizer, the Moderna, all these different things, right? And so we went through that. It was tough, but we went through it. We said, you know what? We see that we're having a pandemic. We got to do what's right. And then, when we first started, everybody wasn't right. Everybody wasn't doing it. People showed resistance, if you will. You know what I'm saying? But we kind of got through it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I be saying, we've had a pandemic in its terrible twos. COVID-19 is now COVID-21. This nigga is out drinking. Okay. So if that wasn't enough, if we hadn't gone through that whole thing as a nation, whatever. But now the CDC is saying that there's a new disease that we need to work out. Okay. Let me pull this up. Let me pull up CNN.com and tell you guys about what it is. I'm just going to read it. Hold on one second. All right. So the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention hold on one second. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is collaborating with Massachusetts health officials on an investigation into a case of monkeypox, the agency said Wednesday in a statement. The case of monkeypox was confirmed in a man in Massachusetts who had recently traveled to Canada, state health officials announced earlier in the day. The patient is hospitalized in a stable condition in Massachusetts General Hospital. Dr. Paul Bettinger, the chief preparedness and county officer at Mass General, said during a news brief. All right. So the patient, fortunately, is doing quite well, although did have symptoms that require hospitalization. Now, if you don't know what monkeypox is, it's another thing. It has a higher mortality rate. They say like 1 out of 10 people it can be fatal in. So hopefully we get this together. But there's another thing that it's just like enough with the sicknesses. I feel like COVID got all these other diseases in the gym and they want to be stronger and harder. But nigga, we don't need that. We don't need no monkeypox going viral. Like, come on. And it's just like I just don't know, man. It's just they always say that there's like different things in our lives that like will be the turning point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like things in your life, like, you know, worldly events that can kind of, I think this pandemic is genuinely shifting our, the way that history will be later. Like I've never seen anything like this. Ever in my life have I seen sicknesses get so, it's like they rappers now. It's like sicknesses that have been like underground forever, and now they getting a hit record. I'm just like, what is this? I don't want to wear a mask for monkeypox. I don't. So let me just read a little bit more of what they're saying. So they say that they are tracking multiple clusters of monkeypox that have been reported within the past 2 weeks in several countries that don't normally report monkeypox, including Spain. They're saying that monkeypox is a rare but dangerous infection similar to the now eradicated smallpox virus. It is usually contracted from a rodent or small mammal, and it does not easily spread from one person to another. However, the monkeypox virus can spread through contact with body fluids. Monkeypox sores are items such as clothing and bedding and have been contaminated with the virus. Oh, Lord. Nigga, smallpox, like, what is this? So, I don't know. I don't even know which way to turn with that. I just know to say, man, keep washing your hands and be as non-trifling as you can, because nigga, these sicknesses are here and they're here to stay. It seems like every other day or week there is a new thing. So there's that. Monkeypox is trying to get, try to come to the game. Let me ask you guys a couple of questions though. Do you think that this could potentially put us on lockdown? How do you guys feel about that? So Ronnie says Spanish flu was bad apparently, but nothing has been as bad as this in the U.S. Yeah, I know. I can't eat with this either. Looks Cool says the pandemic is a turning point in history, dog. I feel like that. Rough Dog 21 says, wear a mask, guys. Stop being selfish. Are we gonna wear a mask for the rest of our lives? I hate masks. It's not that I don't wanna wear it, but shit, I'm handsome. You think I wanna cover up all of this? All right, let me see. 79 Beats Coach Max says, I doubt we're going lockdown for monkeypox, but all these diseases have been here forever. They're just now making a big deal out of it because of what happened with COVID. This isn't a new disease. They're just like, but now I think that has a heightened awareness because it's like we keep getting new ones. I'm telling you, it's like these diseases have been underground rappers forever, and now they're coming out with their hit records. Shit, COVID is having a run. COVID is the Drake of diseases. This motherfuckers is wild consistently. I know a motherfucker that just caught COVID. I was like, how you just caught COVID? I thought COVID was over. They was like, nah, COVID's still here in these streets. G Cypher says biological warfare, I think. If they playing with monkeypox and COVID, shit, they ain't right. So Lita says, no lockdown. I feel we learned enough from COVID how to keep safe. I hope so. I'm not ready to go back into lockdown. Lockdown was never fun. Shout out to the YouTube. We got 50 people up in here. Smash that like button for me, though. We got 11 people in the Instagram. I appreciate you all. Yeah. Just Humbling is in here. They said COVID coming back like retro J's. I'm telling you. Like COVID won't quit playing like Tom Brady. I feel like it got another couple years in it. I'm like, niggas don't even talk about the common cold no more. When's the last time you heard a nigga just had a cold? The common cold, it went out of style because of COVID. COVID is like, nah, we taking this over. We got it from here, fam. So I don't even know how to warn you guys. Like, so I'm saying, like, do we think that we're going into lockdown? And in the event they made us go back into lockdown, like, are we ready for another global pandemic? I don't have the time nor patience for it. I know that sounds ridiculous, being we don't have control over when these things happen, but no, nothing about another pandemic. Like I personally had too much go on during the pandemic. So all this, we might be stuck back in the house. No. I'll take my chances, fella. No, 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 no. Can't get your boy like that. Ronnie Nicole said, I don't understand sports, but you got the reference. Yeah, I know you did. Roni, I don't know if it's Roni or Ronnie said, "Though I'm fine being home again. I am so antisocial. I'm antisocial too, but I can't just be stuck in the house. I need to be able to move freely amongst the world. I can't just be stuck in the house. So nah. Natural Scratch says, "Oh, you look tired. Happy that you're live, though, and I hope you have a wonderful day, nigga. Of course I'm tired. It's 6 o'clock in the damn morning. What you? I'm supposed to be just up here just looking refreshed. I just woke up like y'all. I woke up, washed my face, brushed my teeth, got to sleep out my eye, and came here. Motherfucker act like it ain't just wild early. Oh, you look tired. I know. I'm talking trash. It's all good. It's all good. Tom Murray said, actually, it's 9:30. Yeah, on the East Coast. Creative Frequency said, Florida never shut down. We were not playing with our freedoms. Florida is wild just as a place. Whenever you see the news and they say Florida man or Florida woman, usually it's followed with something ridiculous. Like Florida man bites alligator. Florida woman, breaks into jail to fight with her boyfriend side chick. Like it's always something wild coming from Florida folks. Tasha says, yo, I hate Earth. Let's pick another planet. Oh, we got some stuff to talk about with the planets too. So, Natural Scratcher said, you good? Yeah, you in Sac, and it's 6:30. You wild. Sacramento stand up, huh? You got to get your... Tia Williams says, you got to get your stage makeup ready for the lights, camera, action shit. You know how hood this morning show we do is? I don't even be starting at the same time every time. I'll be like 10, 15 minutes late because that's what niggas do. Sometimes I miss a day or two because the niggas just tired. That's what niggas do. Shit, eventually I'm going to start taking breaks in the middle of the show just for 6 minutes. I'm going to just go eat a honey bun or something because that's what niggas do. I'm joking. Hey, Ronnie said, do you see where the young dude was interviewed in Florida and talked about fighting a crocodile? Hilarious. Yeah, like Florida folks, they just different, man. They are just wild and in their own space. Roman Cairo said, jobs are not allowing some applicants if they are not vaccinated up here in the East. Like the world just don't make sense to me sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? How they set it up. Like, you can't get a job because you're not vaccinated. Like, that's wild. You know what I mean? Because even when you look at a situation, like take for instance the Kyrie situation. Kyrie was like, I'm not getting vaccinated. And they were like, you ain't getting vaccinated? We'll show you. So they made like this whole kerfuffle of an issue about it, right? They wouldn't let him play home games, all these different things, right? Then they had an outbreak amongst the team, and hella people on the team got it, and he was the only one who didn't get it. So I'm like, well, if he don't got the vaccine and he ain't getting it, and y'all do got the vaccine and y'all are getting it, why are y'all so mad? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just don't understand why they are trying to force that upon people. But I get it. They're trying to get that herd immunity, but I don't know. I don't know if they know that it's working like that. Tom Murray said, LMAO, crazy to hear you say my name, but I miss you on All Deaf and everything else. Glad to see you again. I'm glad to be back. I'm back on All Deaf. Shout out to All Deaf. I'm back on Roast Me. You can check me out. I'm back on the Roast This podcast every Tuesday. It is lit. Huh? Okay now. Okay now. Yeah. Day Day, what up, Day Day said, I've been telling people something ain't right about Florida people. People are just now figuring out. We're all not crazy though, just most. Yeah. As a state, y'all, yeah. Uh-huh. I'm back on Roast Me Now, Tamar. I've been on the entire new season. I've been getting my ass cooked a lot, and I get sent to fucking detention every episode. But that's neither here nor there. You still pull up and see me in there giving it my all. Out there getting my ass kicked. But they ain't afraid and they ain't running from nobody. Roman said, it's messed up because I'm not vaccinated. Unemployment owes tons of people. They owe me 22 weeks. Damn. But I've been door dashing and Uber Eats, but it's killing me because of gas prices. Yeah, like that's the tough thing, man. It's tough to get money out here like these days. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry about that unemployment thing. I mean, the vaccination thing, I know that it is a tough, because that's something that you put in your body. We don't know. Usually it takes some years to come up with a vaccine. They come up with this shit every 2 weeks. All right, Becca Honeygan says, Can you and Pat do a live soon? You are two of my faves. Man, hey, anything is possible. Shout out to young Patrick Cloud. I'm a big fan of that guy. So, I know he's busy though. I'm busy, but we'll see. You never know. All right. So yeah, there we go with that. So that's the first story. Watch out for the monkeypox. Okay. All right. Now, secondly, let's talk about this. This is what the title is coming in. This is what, Okay. How can I preface this now? These days, people don't. So when celebrities are trying to say something, a lot of times they will do subtle things. Okay. They don't always have to come out and say things, but you can watch stuff about them on social media and you can kind of get a gauge of things that are happening. It's really popular in football and sports like basketball. Like if a football player isn't happy. For instance, say Kyler Murray, quarterback on the Cardinals. He's not happy with the Cardinals, so he'll go onto his social media, his Instagram page, and he'll take off all mention of the Cardinals and just put like one picture of him like, in the swimming pool by himself. Like that shows the world, or he'll stop following so then people will watch and see that like Kyler Murray unfollowed the Cardinals. Is there trouble in paradise? Then you find out later he's not happy with the contract. He wants to get paid. Right? So that's the thing. So in hip hop, that's done too. It's just people notice shit like that. So if you unfollow somebody that you like are in a relationship with, or you collaborate with, or you have groups with, people notice that stuff and they be like, hey, what's going on? So yesterday this happened and got the internet talking. So let me break it down to you what had happened. What the hell? Hold on a second. Okay. I hate when you're trying to do something and Jesus, it like you click something and it's okay, move. Hold on one second. No, I don't want to watch this about Alexa. Jeez. Okay, yeah, fine. I accept it. Hold on one second, y'all. Oh my God. No, I don't want to watch this dumbass. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. So on Wednesday, May 18th, Twitter account noticed that Offset had unfollowed Quavo and Takeoff on Instagram, generally seen as the millennial sign that a breakup of some sort is afoot. Naturally, rumors began to circulate that the close-knit rappers are disbanding. MIGOS then finally split up. LOL. Damn, one person tweeted. MIGOS breaking up would be worse than the Beatles. Okay. Then somebody saying, rap is dying. Thug arrested. MIGOS may have split. Key died. What the F is going on this week, man? So Offset and Cardi B, so both of them are no longer following Takeoff and Quavo on IG. So the news of possible troubles within the Migos camp comes the same. Damn it. Hold on. This thing is making me mad. The same day that it was announced that Quavo and Takeoff will be dropping new music as a duo called Unk and Few, a reference to their familiar bond. The song is titled Hotel Lobby. It is unclear if this played a role in any friction that may be occurring. Previously, the trio seemed as close as any rap group, with all three members releasing solo albums and group projects, including their most recent LP, Culture 3 in 2021. During a December 2018 interview with XXL, the trio talked about sticking together despite working separately. This shit is just showcase, Offset said of his solo release. We just want to show the world that it can be done. You can still be home team, but the group is for all the shit. All the great groups we have seen have never let their group be what they could have been, Quavo added. Ain't nothing going to stop us but us and God. Everything else is in the water. XL has reached out for the reps for the comment, and they're waiting back. All right, so what do we think about that? Are you guys now? If you unfollow, that does seem. Hold on one second. See. So, how do you guys feel about that? 63 folks in the YouTube. I appreciate every last one of you. Can you please do me a beautiful favor? Smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. We can get some more people in here. Appreciate y'all on Instagram. 20 people up. So we got about 85 people. I love it. I love it. Exotic Eye says, all of it seems childish. Who cares? Well, we care as hip-hop fans. You know what I'm saying? It's something to talk about. I think that there is something abreast. Somebody said it's probably fake just to roll out. Nah. I've been hearing different things, that there's been trouble in paradise with, the whole QC. I had heard that there was issues between the MIGOS and Lil Baby, and I never thought it was until you kind of realize that you never see those two kind of collaborating or even with each other, and they're on the same label. That's weird. I think that it could be real, especially if, now this is the bigger question. If the MIGOS break up, do we want a duo album of music with Takeoff and Quavo? I don't know. First of all, I think you got to kind of break it down. First of all, do we care that this is happening? Are we going to miss any MIGOS music? Because personally, and this is not any shade to them, shout out to all of them, and they're cool guys, I'm pretty sure. But I haven't heard any great MIGOS music in a while. What's the last MIGOS song that you're like, yo, we gotta, what I will give the MIGOS credit for is ushering a new style into the game. I think like they were kind of, well, no, I don't know if I could say that they kind of brought that bounce kind of flow to it, because it's debatable. You could say that 3 6 Mafia kind of, was doing that. But I kind of feel like the resurgence of that bounce style, that they kind of did that. I remember when the Migos came out and I heard they were a group. I was like, oh man, some Mexican brothers is getting to the game. It's going to be dope for hip hop and inclusion, because there's not a ton of dope Mexican rappers that I could be thinking off the top of my head. So when I heard the name Migos, I was like, oh, this is going to be a couple of, Mexican rappers. And then, of course, I seen them. I'm like, you niggas ain't Mexican at all. King David said, I think it's a publicity stunt to pump up the new record. If you got to do this as them in 2022, there's something wrong, because they used to be one of the hottest groups. You shouldn't have to fake a breakup to get people talking about your music. Becca Honeygan said, Offset is the worst in MIGOS. Bye, Felicia. Now, this is another question. Who do you guys think is the best Migo, rap-wise? Who's the best Migo? Let's talk about it. Comment King said, Migos created that cadence. I be hearing that, you know what I'm saying? And especially with the accents and stuff they put on their word, I think that they did. But it can be argued that it is 3 6 Mafia adjacent, or at least familiar of what they do. Kiera said, I thought the Migos were Mexican for the longest time after hearing Versace. Like, why wouldn't you think that they was Mexican? King David said, that's the point. They used to be the top group. That's why the stunt. First of all, there's no other rap groups. And I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, how come rap groups don't exist no more? There ain't no rap groups. What's a rap group right now? There is a group out of LA. I like them. They're, you know what I'm saying? They got probably the coolest name. They're called Blue Klux Klan. I was like, man, that's just a great name. Blue Klux Klan? No, it's Blue Bucks Klan. I said it wrong. Blue Bucks Klan. That's just a wildly creative name. Blue Bucks Klan? Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. But outside of that, there's not a ton of Griselda broke up. And that was sad. I was just like, y'all came in this shit together. Somebody said G Unit. Come on now. So we'll see. I don't really want to hear if they do break up. I don't even know if I want to hear music from them individually. I feel like Takeoff is like probably the most like I don't want to say the weakest, but it's just like I feel like I know the least about him. I feel like he's in the group with these niggas, but you don't really know nothing about Takeoff. Quavo kind of has this thing, and Offset. I low key feel like Offset might be my favorite because Offset be like actually talking that shit. Tony Baker in the spot. What up, my man? We talking about the MIGOS breaking up on the Morning Cup of Dough morning show. Apparently, what happened was they Takeoff and Quavo. Takeoff and Quavo were unfollowed on the gram by Quavo by Offset, the other member of the Migos, and so yeah, people are speculating that they broke up. But now that brings us to another question. We could ask this question before we move on to the next topic. YouTube, I see you up in there. 65 of us up in here. Smash that like button for you, boy. With that being said, why am I up at 6 a.m., Tony Baker? That's a wonderful question. Well, what you would know, Tony Baker, if you've been paying attention to my content a little bit, I do a morning show called the Morning Cup of Dough Morning Show every morning from 6 to 8 Pacific time, where I wake up and I talk about the things. Sometimes I woke up, late. I woke up a little bit late this morning. So we started about 6:08. You understand me? So we working on that whatchamacallit, punctuality. But yes. Tony Baker says everybody bit Migos style, so now Migos sound like everybody. That is a fact. You know what? That happens in hip hop sometimes, and I feel like it's unfair. They did kind of usher that style in, and everybody kind of took that style and ran with it. I will take that. You know who else I feel my heart bleeds for when I think about that? T-Pain ushered the auto-tune back into the game. He kind of blew it back up. Nobody was using it. Then Jay-Z comes out with the death of auto-tune, and then it becomes corny just for T-Pain to use it. Then everybody else resorts back to using auto-tune for the last 15 years. So, yeah. But let me ask you this. This is the question I want to ask before we move on to the next topic, since we're talking about a hip-hop group. Who are you guys saying is the best hip-hop group ever? Because now I feel like we don't have a ton of groups. We don't get a ton of groups every day, and I see that, right? So, who is the best group ever? And there's a lot to think about. You got Outkast, you got Bone, you got Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? So, who is the best group ever? Is it Outkast off rip? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can make an argument for UGK. Who's Tony Baker says a Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang. Tribe Called Quest was very groundbreaking. Wu-Tang kind of took it to another level too. I remember in the late 90s how potent Wu-Tang was a movement. Baker says if Outkast is a group, then yeah, Outkast has to be a group. Or is a group more than two people and then there's just duos? Everybody said Outkast. Bone Thugs, I feel somebody said the Locks. Locks is a great group. All right, Tony Baker says, I always consider a group to be three or more. So, if we said three or more, who's the best then? Okay, and I'll take that because outside of that, that's and okay, so if it's more than two, I would probably have to say the Locks isn't in that conversation. The Locks, everybody, well, I mean, Sheek Louch ain't as memorable as Styles and Jada, but Sheek Louch is still hard. Griselda is hard as a group. But if it's more than two people, I think I gotta go. I think I have to go Wu-Tang. If it's more than two people, no. What am I saying? No. If it is a group and there's more than two people, I have to go just because of where I'm from and their impact. I have to go NWA. So NWA would have to be my favorite group just because of how impactful they were to me coming up. So we'll go there. I'll go NWA. Wu-Tang's success is crazy. And they had the most spin-offs, the most spin-off albums. And they never really this is something that never really gets talked about. Wu-Tang is a big group, a lot of moving parts. You never really heard a ton of of drama in that group. And that's a lot of personalities to manage. You never really heard about like internal strife in that group. Not saying that it didn't happen, but we just didn't hear about it. I didn't hear about it a ton. Okay, 7-9 got a big soliloquy. He said, you can always pick a favorite, but you can't pick up greatest because every group brings something completely different to the table. So the only thing you can compare to make a greatest statement is record sales. I would beg to differ because you do have your own personal preference. My personal preference, and I mean, when you look at the spinoff of the NWA, like you had Cube that came out and had an amazing career. You had Dre come out, amazing career. Eazy-E, rest in peace, his life was cut short. But there was a couple people in Eazy-E, in NWA you just never heard of again. Ren nothing really materialized. Yella, after that, you never really heard. So, okay. So there we go. All right, but moving right along. We got some other stuff I want to talk to you guys about this, okay? Now, this, I didn't know how to feel about this, but I definitely did. Hold on one second. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. I want to ask you guys this. Okay. Now, which one do I want to do first? Hold on. Let me check some comments really quick. Becca said, does Odd Future count? Absolutely. Hold on one second. Somebody tell it. Devontae said, I'm telling him G-Unit came strong as hell. No, when G-Unit came in the game, they were fired. They had a dope. Tony Baker said, Wu-Tang had 6 members go gold and platinum solo. That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy success. Somebody said, Doe, do you need an assistant? Probably. The Fugees. How did any of us forget about the Fugees? But the Fugees only really had one album. I feel like you got to have a little bit more of a discography. They had one album, The Score. Did they have another album? Score was a fire album. People don't talk about how amazing and how perfect of an album The Score was. Score was a great album. I'll give you that. Somebody said they had mixtape DVDs. You're right. We forgot about the Fugees. G-Unit was formed on the back of 50 Cent. That don't count. No. We can't say that, babe. Nah, because G-Unit, I was just watching like a documentary about this on YouTube the other day. G-Unit helped 50 propel himself in the streets with that mixtape grind because he was putting out mixtape after mixtape after mixtape, and he was coming with G-Unit. That's back when Lloyd Banks is an anomaly, and I feel like he gets over. Lloyd Banks was dope, and for whatever reason, he just stopped doing music or whatever. Tony Yayo was dope as well. And then when they brought the game in, like they never really did an album with all of them. I think if they would have did an album with all of them in the game, that would have been crazy. Somebody said boom, 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 boom. Somebody said Lloyd Banks' first album is classic and he's still going. Last album was Heat. No, The Hunger for More was fire. Tony Baker said Tony Yayo was not dope. Tony Yayo had bars back in the day. I mean, he was the takeoff of G-Unit. You just didn't see him as much as the other people. You know what I'm saying? He was a Chic Lutz. Like, nobody said Chic Lutz wasn't fire, but he was no Styles, no Jada. That's never going to not be cool. Hey, man. I feel like Tony Yayo has some bars, man. I feel like... Why is everybody saying Tony Yayo was trash? Now, somebody said D12. Now, D12 Rest in peace to Proof. D12 is a group that was absolutely made off the back of Eminem. Niggas say Yayo has 0 bars. Now, somebody says Shrek was better than Tony Yayo. How dare you? There will be no Tony Yayo slander here. D12 was wild. You right. You right. Okay. All right. Moving right along. This is interesting, and I did want to get you guys' opinions on this because I'm into stuff like this all the time, and this is letting me know that this might be real. Okay. Now, first of all, before we start this, like somebody said, Boys in the Hood, Ghetto Boys. Oh, we forgot about Ghetto Boys. I never could get into 3-6 Mafia because that name just always threw me. Could never really get into that. I remember because I was in high school when they was coming out. I was like, 3-6 Mafia, what are they doing? Drinking blood? It was weird. Okay, first of all, hold on one second. Is there any more comments that we have on this? We have a great crowd in here today. We got 35 in the YouTube. We got 62 in the, we got 35 in the grams, 62 in the YouTube. We appreciate that. Crime Mob, Nuck if you buck type shit. Okay. All right, so now I'm a nerd. 3-6 had no bars. I don't want to say they had no bars, but I never really listened to a 3-6 album. So, but I do know that they have a really... Wait, no, we can't say that because they gave us all the music in the classic film, Hustle and Flow. Hard Out Here for a Pimp, all that stuff. All right. This is what I want to talk to you guys about because I think about this stuff all the time because I'm a nerd, okay? Now, the question always comes up is if we're the only life form in this universe and do aliens exist or whatever. And I always be like, look, man, aliens is out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Roots is your favorite group, Tony Baker? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. And Black Thought is high. Black Thought may be top 3 of slept-on MCs. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Okay. All right, so moving along. So we're going to leave the group talk and we're going to go into some other stuff that made the news. I be thinking that, other life forms exist. I'm just like that. I be like, what are the, I be thinking about aliens, like, man, what they look like. What are they doing, right? So peep this. This is deep because now it's getting real, guys. For the first time in 50 years, Congress is basically, and the Pentagon are coming with their information that they're saying that they've been investigating aliens. So Congress held a rare public hearing Tuesday into the existence of what the government calls unidentified aerial phenomena, more commonly known as UFOs, a subject of scrutiny by the Pentagon and U.S. intelligence agencies following an increase in sightings by military personnel and pilots in recent years. Oh, Lord, by taking testimony from senior government officials, lawmakers intend to bring out of the shadows. The Defense Department organization has been tracking the sightings. This is real, guys. The effort, revealed in 2017, has collected eyewitness accounts from from naval aviators who said they saw flying objects that seemed to lack any visible means of propulsion and defied human understanding of aerodynamics and physics. They had a hearing about this, you guys. The hearing was the first time in more than 50 years that U.S. officials have provided testimony for public consumption about their investigation into UFOs. We know that our service members have encountered unidentified aerial phenomena. They said, I do not have an explanation for what this object is. What do y'all think, man? They're going to court like this exists. I said that wrong. Yo. So you got the military confirming that they have seen these flying objects. Like they were talking about like the dimensions, like it would be moving so fast, like 10 times faster and they're trying to track it, but it's just moving. They said they seen we see one go in the water, then come up. Do aliens exist? At this point, are we still naive enough to believe that they don't exist? And do we keep saying that since we haven't seen one, that they don't exist? Ronnie said, oh, so they're confirming what we already know? Somebody said, y'all know aliens are real. Are they real? Let's have that conversation. Uh-oh. Somebody said, I've got stories, no lies. Do they exist? And if they exist, in the world that we live in, with where there's cameras everywhere and everybody's got a smartphone, how have we not seen a sighting at least once of an alien? You know what I'm saying? Day Day says if they're having a meeting about it, maybe there's something there. No, this is a hearing. Ain't no meeting, nigga. A meeting is something in a boardroom, and they just like, hey, man, it's crazy what we see. Tony Baker said aliens exist. I believe aliens exist. This is my theory, right? And there is some, I think there is some validity to this. I believe that they want to be here for water. Because from what the research that I've done is that, water is like the way that it's harvested, it's not like on other planets. And when you also take into the fact that over 80% of the ocean is we don't know. So I could see them kind of going and getting water or going and living underwater. But I don't. What do you think they want from us? You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Ronnie said, I think aliens are in the ocean, not space. See, I just said that. We've not explored as deep as possible. I just said this. And who knows what is involved underwater. Could you imagine if there's just I be believing dinosaurs are still. Do you know that crocodiles be 100 years old? Hundreds of years old crocodiles be. So I believe that maybe there's dinosaurs. I seen a video the other day of an unknown object in the ocean, and the shark was trying. There's a video, literally. You go to World Star, see it. There's a video of a shark running from something. You can't see what, but it's killing the shark. The shark was trying to get onto the water, and whatever it was in the water killed the shark. And there was like a big thing of like blood in the water. I was like, what happened to the shark? Shark usually do the chasing. If we're going to go under the narrative that there are aliens that exist, what do you think they want from us? Because I think that they keep watching us and seeing us, but why don't they say anything to us? Like, do you feel like they're abducting people and taking them? And what do you think their view of us? What do you think the optics are of aliens to us? Like, what do you think that is about? King David said, I don't think they want anything from us. So you think they just observe us? Tia says, I just believe that it's very naive of us to think that in this great big universe, it's just us. But what do you think? That's what I guess I've always wondered. Like, what do you think aliens do? Like, are they just chilling on their other planets? Do they live like us? Do they like have dreams? Are they like bound by society? Like, do they communicate with each other? Are they more like animal-like? You know what I'm saying? Do they have weapons? Are they more advanced than us? And like, I could go on a deep dive. Like, don't get me started about what I be thinking be going on, because I be thinking things. So somebody said we citing World Star. I'm not citing World Star. It's a video of something underwater chasing a shark and killing it, but you don't see what it is. I'm like, what in the ocean is hunting a shark? You don't ever hear about, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said, what if they created us? Okay, I'm not trying to make it weird on this, but a lot of people have said something, hold on one second. Tony Baker said, if they're coming to Earth, they are definitely more advanced to us than us. I agree that, and they be coming and going as they please, and we can't detect it. But what is it that you think they see in us that they come here for? Do you think that they're like, do you feel like they want to take over and make us their slaves? I be into stuff on YouTube, and people be saying like, that there's references, and I'm not trying to make it an overly deep conversation, so please, let's not go too deep. Morning cup of dough gang. But people have been citing things like saying like that in the Bible, they be referencing aliens. Like, you look to the sky and different things. I don't know. But I feel like if the Pentagon is coming out, this is the first time they've talked about this in 50 years. If the Pentagon is coming out and saying, yo, this shit exists. Like, I've seen certain videos where it'll be like a military flying and they'll see something like just going way faster in the dimensions that human travel cannot go. Like, So I'm just like, damn. Equal Us says they are watching us advance just like we watch animals. Do you think, okay, I hear that. Do you think that they want to like make us their animals? Baker says there could be a civilization that is 1 billion years older than ours. Imagine the advancement. That's scary. If they're 1 billion years older than us, what planet do you think they're at? Like, and that's another thing. Like, apparently there's way more planets past Pluto. Like, are they living on a planet? Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, what are they doing where they're living? How do they know about us? How far is it? Like, and when they come here, like, what are they? Could they make us? Like, do you feel like aliens could come with the firepower just to come and kind of eradicate humans and just kind of fight us, and we wouldn't be able to fight back, and then they make us their pets and shit? Like, could you imagine? But this is bringing more validity. Hold on one second. Somebody said, be careful these days. Your minds are being influenced by things that exist but distort how you see it properly. I just think that, you know, the unknown always throws us off. Look at y'all are blowing up this comment section. Let me get some of these comments in. YouTube, smash that like button. We got 71 people in here. Tony Baker says, my biggest head scratch is how they master space travel. That is crazy. Because the way that like I would like to think that we are advanced as mankind as compared to other species on the earth, like animals and different things. Like we're very, very far advanced. So the stuff that we do. But like the stuff that they move in, it looks like it's 10 times more advanced than Earth. Tony Baker says, because if they can come to Earth, they came from super far away and they travel super fast. And they got in and out of here without nobody saying that. Like all the like defense stuff that we have and like the military. So that does make me think, like, what do they see? Are they coming? Are they walking amongst us? What if they can like shift their faces? Like, you know what I'm saying? I had a thought one day. Tell me if this is ridiculous like this, right? What if aliens were able to take human form? Do you think that? Do you think that maybe they're that advanced that they could just duplicate and just be one? I've heard that theory that there's just aliens walking around all the time. Tony Baker said it's taking our satellites 40 years just to leave the solar system. Facts, and they just keep coming back whenever they want to. All right, let's see. King David said, I think they're more advanced than us and has been here long before us. Yeah. Becca says, ancient Egypt wrote about aliens all the time. They know much more than we do today. Facts. If you look back and, you know, the hieroglyphics, they would have like UFOs and stuff like painted on the walls. Like, what if they've just been coming here for years? But this is my thing. It's just like, now that the Pentagon is talking about it, it's like maybe they know something is coming and they low-key want to warn us. Should we be afraid? Should we be very, very afraid? Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you think in our lifetime we are going to see aliens? Do you see that us ourselves? Do you think that one day we will see aliens? Do you feel like we'll coexist with them? Somebody said, yes, they definitely walk among us. Yeah. Now, if they could be living amongst us, that's crazy. That's crazy. If they could be living amongst us. I don't know, man. But it's happening. Somebody said if they was friendly, we would have already been friends. Do you think they want to be? I don't think they want to be our friends. Somebody said, no, we shouldn't be afraid. Do you think when people come up missing, do you think that they've kidnapped at least one person and maybe ran some tests on them? Somebody said, nope, not afraid. They're already here. Oh, Lordy. Tony Baker said, I'm obsessed with space. Me too, man. I used to love when I was a kid. This is the crazy thing about growing up in the hood, right? When you grow up in the hood, they'll make you feel like a nerd for loving shit like that. I used to be so into, like, you know, space travel and, you know, like what my favorite planet was, like Jupiter. Well, okay, let's see if I can name all the planets still. Okay, so there's Earth, there's Mars, there's Mercury, there's Venus, there's Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, Uranus. I think that's all about. No, there's one more. But I used to be totally instant. I used to just always think like, what they doing out there? Because like you know what I'm saying, like Tony Baker said, like it takes us so long to even get into the solar system, so we can't even get nowhere and look into anything. So I just be like, what do they be doing out there? Like, are they driving cars? Are they working out? Like, are they like what do aliens do on a day-to-day basis? Like, do they just get up? Like, do they have regular lives? I'm so fascinated by what the possibilities could be. Because I think that when you look at Earth and you look at how we live and you see how we kind of function with other people, it's like, okay, that's cool. But just to know like what is going on in other planets. Diggable Planets. It's another group too. Tony's on IG. I'm back and forth on IG and YouTube. If you want to hear what Tony Baker, shout out to Tony Baker. He's on the Insta. You could hear it. You see his comments. I'm trying to get everybody's comments in, but you know I got to get my guy. You know what I'm saying? Tony says if they wanted to be seen for real, they would have been pulled up. But then why do they keep just coming and going as they please? Like it's almost like they Santa Claus. Like they just keep sneaking in here and sneaking out. We don't really officially see them, but we know, like we keep hearing. You know what I'm saying? Some shit is going on. All right, what else we got? They could be living amongst us. Alien content creators. Hello. Hold on one second. Okay, let's see this. Somebody said, I did a reading yesterday and I heard the message, Naya was an alien. I think it's Naya River from the Glee. She also, okay, that was a little dark. Somebody said, maybe their concept of time isn't the same as ours. True? Tony Baker said they came here because they nosy. Do you feel like they go to other planets? Do you feel like there's wars and stuff going on other planets? I think, okay, this is where I feel like, hey, shout out to Lovely31 for buying the badge. Bam, 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 bam. We appreciate you for buying the badge. Thank you. YouTube, please smash that like button. We got 62 people in there. Come on, smash that like button for your boy. Damn it, I was just about to ask a question. I think the more clear and present thing that we could do for ourselves, instead of trying to maybe, look further and further into space, I think that we need to maybe create some technology that can go deeper into the ocean. Because there's no reason why there should be 80% that we know nothing about. Well, we still live. You know that. But it is officially a thing now. It is officially a thing going on. And so, yeah, I think the Pentagon, even speaking about it, should let us know that it is more real than we think. So, yeah, we should, I don't know, though. I love it. This is the nerd in me getting to come out. I just wish somebody would get a picture of an alien. Like, I wonder, like, can they breathe regular air? Like, do they have to come down with a mask on? Like, I just want to know. I just want to meet an alien. I want to see how they talk. Like, I don't I would just love to just meet one and just be like, yo, man, I've heard so many great things about you and your kind. Well, I don't want to offend the alien. I think you'd offend the alien if you said you and your kind. He'd be like, your kind. And then he'd probably like pull out like a really sophisticated laser and shit would be bad. You'd be like, oh man, I've heard so much about your kind. Mankind. Shit go bad. But shout out to the aliens in the atmosphere. Apparently they are here and they are real. So, ooh, somebody just said something. This is totally unrelated, but I just seen it. And I got to ask the question. This is totally unrelated. So give me a second to throw a quick curveball, because General Soul's Chicken just said this in the YouTube, and I got to ask the question. I know that everybody be doing these verses, you know what I'm saying, these artists against artists. Side note, I was telling everybody yesterday, I feel like the verses should end because I feel like there's no more great battles. So hopefully they don't force us to watch any more verses. But this is a food versus. Somebody just came in here and said, fried chicken or barbecue chicken? And I don't have the answer. Fried chicken or barbecue chicken? And let's just say it's got your favorite barbecue sauce on it. Sweet Baby Ray's for me. I don't know. Because I love both. I see a bunch of fried. I see one barbecue. Fried chicken is a different experience. Somebody said fried easy. But barbecue chicken, because you know we got Memorial Day coming up. Barbecue chicken be lit too. Is it grilled or baked barbecue chicken? Whatever your preference is. We won't be sticklers for that. Tia Williams says barbecue all day. But fried chicken, just the crispity, crunchity. Oh, man, I don't know which one I could go for. Barbecue chicken is gross. Jay Fry, get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. Jay said fried because barbecue chicken is gross. Get your ass out of here. Get out. It ain't gross. What are we picking? Fried chicken? Put it in the comments. Fried chicken or barbecue chicken? Roddy said, I can't make these type of Sophie's choice decisions. I know, but we have to. If you can only eat one for the rest of your life. Somebody said, I don't eat fried food much, but top-notch fried chicken is better than top-notch barbecue chicken. Okay. This is a side note to a side note. I be feeling like Korean people and Chinese people make better fried chicken than black people sometimes. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mammy. But is it fried chicken all day? And let's just say healthy things aside. So this is not when you're on your diet. This is not when you drinking water and doing all of that. Now let's just say taste for taste bud. What are you doing? Fried or barbecue? Fried or barbecue? What is it? 904K said I'm simply not picking. That's how I feel. I don't want to pick. I don't want to pick it, especially if you get somebody. Because see, this is the thing. This is what you got to break down. You can do so much more with fried chicken. You could put some hot sauce on it. You could eat it just plain. You could season it the right way. Hell, you could put some ketchup on it, some barbecue sauce, if you will. And there's so many different. I just think because of the and then the crispy of the crunchy is fire. But good barbecue chicken is fine. I'm gonna have to go fried. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go fried. All right. Rody said this made me feel like I betrayed a friend. I know, but I gotta go fried. General Soul said there's so many different seasonings and rubs for barbecue. That's what I'm saying. The best wings are fried. Nobody want no barbecue wings. No. Nobody want no barbecue wings. When it's wings, give me my wings fried. So I'm gonna go fried. Okay. Let's move on. We're having a good episode today, man. You know what I'm saying? This is good. Okay. Let's talk about this. Now, you guys know with the morning cup of dough, we have what I would like to call the morning roast. What is the morning roast? The morning roast is like the equivalent of Donkey of the Day. Who's out here doing ridiculous things? You know, it's like that. Like who needs to be roasted? And we're gonna have this conversation. Now, I got this conversation from a very reliable source, TMZ. TMZ is known for this. And we're gonna have this conversation because there's just so many layers to talk about this. Okay. Now, this is for a TikTok star. Okay. A TikTok star's pleasure turned into a real, literally. She says she got a sex and had to get it surgically removed. The woman who goes by the handle Soph Zalofs and lives in the UK shared her horror story and even posted the X-ray image of a vibrator inside her body. And the hashtag was, I got a vibrator stuck up my arse. The TikToker says things got out of hand. Well, clearly they got out of hand and into butt when she was using the 3-inch toy, and when she couldn't get it out, she sought medical help. The 3-inch toy, she went way past the knuckle. Okay, anyway. She said she couldn't go to the hospital the night it happened. So she tried sleeping with the vibrator inside. What? You went to sleep with a vibrator in your butt? Why? But the toy continued to buzz throughout the night. So, as you'd imagine, that made from some serious tossing and turning. Oh no. Sierra in here, what up? When she finally went to the hospital the next morning, pretty sure the batteries were there, she says doctors struggled to get it out. And the only option was a surgical procedure. The woman says she awoke from surgery to find her vibrator next to her in a plastic bag. And to her surprise, the thing still had some battery life. Wow, hilarious. James, let me give you your props for this. He said the doctor's going to say, congratulations, it's a toy. That's funny. I had to give you your props for that. Okay, how are we feeling about this? How are we feeling about this? Is true. It's on TMZ. TMZ is the gospel. They ain't never let me down, huh? A vibrator stuck up her butt. Says she went 3 inches in that thing and was like, I can do more. The vibrator was like, And then it went up. What? The arse. That is. And then she said when she couldn't get it out, she just went to sleep. Now that's a freak. That's a freak for real. Fuck you mean you couldn't go to sleep, so you just went to... Who goes to sleep with something vibrating inside their person? Could you imagine sleeping with something in your butt, vibrating, and 3 inches? I mean, listen, I don't know much about the butt stuff. That's not my thing. But that seems pretty far. How are we feeling? Somebody said, man on the rant said, but also as a Londoner, we don't claim her. Okay. 79B says, I'm a teacher and I started LMAO from this story and everyone is starting to stare at me. We get you in trouble at work. Good. I'm just saying, what? That's embarrassing. Okay, I have an embarrassing story. I want to hear about some of y'all embarrassing stories. Okay, I'll tell an embarrassing story that had to do something with sex and then happen to go to the hospital. Okay, because whenever you do something sexual and then, you know what I'm saying, if you have to somehow involve a hospital, something went wrong. Okay, so first of all, hold on. General Soul's Chicken says she forgot the loop. She forgot something. She went too deep. She was trying to have too much of a good time. Ronnie, is it Roni or Ronnie? Because I keep saying it both ways, and I need to get this right. Is it Roni or Ronnie? I don't know how you would explain that via a comment, but is it Roni or Ronnie? I want to say it right. Somebody said, Day said, did she have to say that? Anything to go viral? She showed the picture. She kept the files. She kept the files. King David says, that's what she gets for cheating on her boyfriend. Is that cheating when you are using toys? I don't think that. I think that is just, kind of self-maintenance. Okay, so she had to go to the hospital, and she waited a whole day. She probably could have really messed herself up. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Whoa. Becca says, been there, done that. Whoa. Not just gonna scooch past that. You got a vibrator stuck in your butt, so this is a thing? People out here getting vibrators stuck in the butt? You ain't gonna just say that, Becca. You got that stuck in your... How? And it was still vibrating? It just... Huh? You gotta elaborate a little bit more on that. Next week, we're gonna have capability to start going live with people. I'm gonna have my whole StreamYard thing set up. So speak on it, Becca. Let's talk about it. Elaborate. Back, front, you got something stuck inside. That's wild. Somebody called and said, did it make your teeth chatter? Okay. I'll tell my true story of a sexual encounter that had me in a hospital. Hold on. Becca said, yep, in the butt, fully charged. Did you have to get it surgically? How did you get it out? She said, been there, done that. Wow, I guess that's a thing. People getting it stuck in the butt. Stuck in the butt. Vibrators getting stuck in the butt. Sheesh, Becca. Freaks out here. Somebody said, no, that's not cheating. Keeps you from being out there. Okay. Oh, Paul said, Doughboy, can I get a ha ha yeah? Of course, there you go. Ah ha yeah. Ah yeah. All right. So let me tell my story on Tasha said, if that's cheating, I've never been faithful. Toys are great. No butt stuff though. Toys are great. I used to have a toy. I had like one of those fleshlights. I have a whole story about that too. But let me tell the story about how I had to end up going to the hospital because of a sexual act. Okay. So this is a couple years ago. I want to say maybe 2016-ish. So, me and this young lady, you know what I'm saying, we had got down, Mind you, this was a time in my life where, you know what I'm saying, like I was, life was good, you know what I'm saying? So, we hooked up, right? So we hook up and we link up and we do our thing, right? And I just had a terrible performance. Like you ever have a terrible performance and it's kind of, she was just wildly, brutally honest. I didn't know why she was so honest with me. She wasn't like my girlfriend and she wasn't like nothing, but she was just very, very honest. Like, all fellas, you ever had that happen? Like you having sex or whatever, and then like, you arrive, you come or whatever, and then she wants you to go right back in like 10 minutes. It's like, yo, I need like a game of Madden, 2 ham sandwiches. Give me some time. Give me a minute. But I just remember her just being like, what, are you ready? Like, I'm ready to, you was talking, like I wasn't even talking crazy. She was like, she was like, you was saying you was going, I was like, I didn't say that. I didn't, say I was going to have a great performance. But she was like, I remember just feeling like a little inadequate. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. We did it one time, and then we did it a second time. I think both times I was, 3-pump chump. I was in there, out of there. I was grand opening, grand closing, fast, right? So I remember just feeling inadequate, like, damn, man. Like, and she wasn't super mean, but I just knew she didn't really. So I was like, you know what? I gotta, next time we do this, I gotta come in my A game. So I remember she's going to come over, and I had stopped at the liquor store to get like some condoms or whatever. Because this is gonna be the second time. So I was just like, yeah, this is gonna go down. I'm finna have a much better performance. So I go to get the condoms, right? And when I go to pay for them, I look at there's like some pills right by the register, like some blue pills. I'll never forget, it was like blue rhino. It had like a rhinoceros on it. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, what's this about? You know what I'm saying? And the dude that was, at the liquor store, he was like, oh, so like, they get to try selling it. He was like, oh, my friend, you definitely want to have a special lady? Oh, this make you go all night. I said, what? Oh, he make you go all night. I said, it make you go all night? He said, yeah. It was $20 in one pill. I was just like, so I'm looking at it like, okay, like, you wouldn't lie to me. Okay. So I'm thinking, all right, so cool. So, I go home. And so he's like, enjoy, my friend. Tell me how you like. I said, all right, cool. So I get to the house, right? So this is before she even get there. She's like, I'm on my way. I'll be there in 10 minutes. All right, cool. Nom. Take it. Now I'm ready to have good sex, right? To have this pill. So when I tell you it worked, super worked. I was in that thing like, yeah. What was that you were saying the other day? Say it now. Say it again. Great performance, right? I was in there. You understand me? Won't go into graphic details, but your boy was winning. It was happening. It was going down. It was having a good time. Everyone was having a good time. So then she lay down. That's what I'm talking about. And so she was like, well, let me get up out of here. Mind you, now that I look back at it, she was really treating me like, she smashed me, and she was very critical of sex the first time. The second time, she didn't even stay the night. But anyway, she was like, all right, I'm getting out of here. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll never forget. I walked her to her car, came back upstairs. I'll never forget because I had some juice. And I had some Minute Maid juice. It was super cold. I'm gonna give y'all a life hack. And I had ice in the juice. I had some fruit roll-ups. And I remember taking a fruit roll-up, sticking it in the water. If you do this, if you stick a fruit roll-up in some really, really cold juice, it'll freeze it. And then when you chew it, it becomes crunchy. It's just it's an experience. But that's neither here nor there. So I remember sitting down on my couch and kind of feeling a little off, but I wasn't really tripping. I was just like, and so I sat down. Then when I stood up to get ready to go into my room, the room starts spinning. I just remember next thing I know, I wake up, I'm on the floor, face down on the floor. I'm like, and I could feel my lip I was just like, and I remember looking, because I had a carpet at the time. I got hardwood floors now, but I had carpet, right? So I'm waking up and I'm looking and I see blood on the carpet. And I'm like, whose blood is there? What happened? And so I'm like, I'm tripping. Like, I wasn't drinking at all at the time either. I was super sober at this time. I remember just being like, my lip hurts. And I remember touching my lip and I see blood on my hand. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, cool. So I get up. I go into my room. Mind you, in my room that I have these mirrors on the closet. I look at my lip. My lip right here is split. Both is going different ways. I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna be ugly. It was busted open, right? So I'm just like, randomly. I call my mama. It's 2:00 in the morning. She's like, what? I'm like, I got lip busted. And she was like, what? I was just like, I don't know. I'll call you back. I didn't even know what to say. So I call the ambulance, whatever. Didn't even drive myself in there. Probably absolutely could have driven myself, but whatever. Mind you, I'm not even thinking about nothing. I just know that I passed out, woke up, my lip was busted. So I'm not even thinking about it. But you know what I'm saying? But I still in the back of my mind knew that I took a Blue Rhino and you know what I'm saying, whatever. So the ambulance comes out and they're like, okay. They're like, well, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. I passed out, it's in my lip. They're like, yeah, you're probably gonna need some stitches. They were like, da 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 da. They were like, well, do you just want to drive there? And I'm like, no, man, y'all are here. I'll ride with y'all, fam. So I hop in the back of it. And they look like, nigga, we gotta take you to the hospital for your busted lip, square ass nigga. So whatever. I get on there, we drive there. Da da da. They take me there. I'm waiting for they come in there. They hooked on. And to this day, my lip, there's like a piece of, like, I always still to this day feel that it never left. So they sew it back up, and so like my lip was super. If you want to see how my lip looked, go to All Deaf and put comedians try meth for the first time, because my lip was busted and I had the stitches in my lip on that episode. You can see it. It's all true story, right? So now they need to find out what happened because I just passed out. And I didn't realize, like, if you pass out on something and they can explain, like, that can affect your driver's license. It could be a bunch of different things. So now I'm talking to the doctor. They're like, well, what happened? Were you under the influence of drugs, alcohol? I'm like, no. And now I'm still remembering that I took this pill and I'm embarrassed and I ain't gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And so they're like, well, what do you like? Do you have a history of passing out? I'm like, no, this is the first time. They're like, okay, well, you didn't take anything? I'm like, no. They're like, okay, well, we don't really feel comfortable letting you go. I guess we're gonna need to run some tests to find out what's going on. And so at this point, I'm like, I really don't want to say nothing, but I'm just like, I don't want to stay here all night. So I'm just like, well, I did try a Blue Rhino last night. They're like, what? I was like, yeah, Blue Rhino. The guy sold it to me, told me I'd go all night. I did take that. They're like, okay, like they damn near laughed at me. They basically told me, like, yeah, those things, they're super dangerous, that people can have heart attacks. They're like, okay, well, thank you for telling us. And then they discharged me. So yeah, me taking a Blue Rhino ended up with an ambulance ride. And yeah, I didn't want to talk about my personal business to the doctor, but I came to a point where I didn't have a choice but to do it. So yeah, that was that. Does anybody else have any embarrassing sex stories that you were trying to do some sexual shit and the shit went left? I mean, we bearing our souls, the TikTok star and Becca, they got vibrators stuck up their butts. I took a fake Viagra and passed out, busted my face open. This happened in 2016. Somebody said talking about getting kicked off the train. I'll save that for another episode. But does anybody else have any embarrassing sexual stories, like where you're jacking off? Side note, totally unrelated. First of all, are you guys still masturbating out here like that? Do people still masturbate? Are you guys masturbating a lot? I've never been a huge masturbator. Never really been. I don't know. But are y'all masturbating a lot? Just Humbeline, you missed the vibrator getting stuck in the butt? Oh yeah. We talked about it in detail. There's a there's a TikTok star who got a 3-inch vibrator stuck in her butt all night, vibrating. Roddy said, were we supposed to stop? So are y'all jacking off all the time? Is that something that you guys are doing? Whoa, Dr. Ripley said, I broke the whole front windshield in my car getting head. We need some more. What's the most embarrassing things you guys had happen sexually? Did you end up in the hospital? Somebody said, shit, I took a plan B and got a 13-year-old. Lloyd Rice says, sometimes you got to release the pressure. I've done that before. Like I've jacked off before a date. They've been like, well, the date don't need to happen. I'm tired. I've never been a huge masturbator. It's just never, you know what I'm saying? It's just never really been my overall thing. Somebody said, so y'all are out here just, how often are you guys doing that? How often are you guys, if you are masturbating, fellas, have you ever had this? Have you ever had sex with a chick and she masturbate after? I've had that happen to me before. Didn't know how to feel about it. And it wasn't that she wasn't necessarily satisfied, because from all the chords, she was having orgasms during the sex, but then afterwards, I've had that happen before. It does make you feel inadequate as a nigga. Somebody said that's embarrassing. Yeah. Ronnie said, yeah, I've had to do that. So that means she didn't get to where she was supposed to go? If a woman masturbates after sex, does that mean that the sex wasn't good? Hold on one second. Dr. Whippy said weekly at least. Okay, let me see. Mr. Mac Fitness says, OMG, I was in the shower and accidentally turned the water on full hot and we both couldn't get to it. So we had to jump out and busted our asses. Nigga, that's hilarious. Nigga said he was in the shower and accidentally turned the water on full hot. And we couldn't get to it, so we had to jump out. Yo, when that water get hella hot and you can't get to the thing, I've had that happen in hotels. Yo, shit. Hold on, Tia Williams says she definitely didn't. Damn. They hardly ever get me to where I need to go. Hardly, really? Wow. Flannel Jenkins says this because the sex was mid. So if a woman masturbates after sex, you're trash. It don't happen all the time, but it's happened to me. I mean, it happened when I was in a relationship, but she just used to masturbate a lot. Like that was just her thing. But I never took it no type of way. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna take it personally because I know I'm good in the bed. Shit, I ain't gonna make me feel no type of way. Shit. I'm amazing in bed. Hold on a second. What was the question? If a woman masturbates after sex, does that mean it wasn't good sex? Dr. Ripley said, I like orgasms back to back to back. And niggas be tired. She said back to back to back. She want the 3-piece? The 3-piece and a biscuit? Ronnie said, "Doe, you ain't out in these penis streets. It's dry and sad." Look, I think sex in a I think when you're out here having sex, you just got to be in tune with your partner to know what to give them to get them where they got to go. But okay, let's ask this question. Let's ask this question, ladies. How many of you all have faked orgasms in a relationship? Ladies, are y'all faking orgasms in relationships, and why? You know? So y'all are out here faking it. Oops. Y'all are out here faking orgasms. Why? All the ladies are saying that hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. Oh damn, why is my thing blinking? Is it blinking on here for you guys? Damn, I might have to start over. Hold on a second. Okay, somebody just called my. Hold on. Okay, cool. I had to fix that. Okay, cool. I was gonna be so mad if I would have had to start this over. All right, so let's ask this. King David said, "Every woman has. My homegirls put me onto that when I was younger." Ronnie said, "Because I was setting other folks up for failure, so I quit that." Not in relationships. Okay. General Soul's Chicken said, "I wouldn't know. I give you 8 minutes and take a nap." Okay. All right. Daddy said, "Yes, we do. I don't want to hurt the guy's feelings. I've tried to guide and he didn't get it." Damn. Dr. Winfrey says, "That means I'm on my freak shit." Okay. No, it doesn't. Lovely 31 says, "No, it doesn't mean that she isn't satisfied. It just means that you needed a little bit more." I think that when you fake an orgasm, it compromises the trust and the communication, because it's like, why can't you just let me know what you like? But I will also say that as a man, if you feel like you're not getting your woman to the promised land, it can make you feel inadequacies that you don't feel good about. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I think communication is key with that. Some women, it is difficult to make them get there though. I do know that. Like some women, it's hard to get them there. I just be like, yo, it's you. Because I'm good at what I know that I am. Bavana Foundation said, "When I bust, when I don't." Okay. Yo, the Bank of Josh said, "As a guy, I have because I just couldn't get there." Wow. Fellas, are y'all faking orgasms? I've faked a couple times. I have. That was just because I was tired and didn't want to keep going. So I faked a couple. But just because I was just like, all right, man, I want to kind of, not do this anymore. So if I do the, then we can stop. I'm not into long sex. I'm not into all night sex. If it's all night sex, one of us are trash. Like, if I can survive hours in your vagina, it ain't fire. I don't want to say I do quickies. Like I'm always here to satisfy, to make sure satisfaction guaranteed. Don't get me wrong. But in that same breath, um, I don't know. I just long sex is just like, why? If you know what you're doing, it should not take. I mean, I'm not saying just like super short, but say 20, 25 minutes. Like I ain't here to be fucking all day. Like, look, no. Mm-mm. I mean, we could do it a couple of times. Like, we could do it 2 or 3 times, but it's shit. I'm not trying to fuck all night. No. Oh, no. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Miss Krista 913 says some women don't even know how to get themselves there. That's when the problem starts. I think you do have to know yourself, know how to get there. Day says, right, if it's good, it usually don't last long. Shauna T says, I got stuff to do. Facts. Good morning from Charleston, South Carolina. Hey, we lit in that thing. What up? This has been a great episode so far. We got about 15 minutes left. I had other stuff in this docket that I want to talk to you guys about. Day said, I've had it long and bad. I've had it be long and bad. Nah, I ain't doing no long bad sex. Nah, I ain't doing long bad sex. With Toya, what up? She said, I have two. You have two what? I don't know what that is responding to. Somebody said, you can't tell somebody what makes you tick if you don't know. This is true. Under 5 minutes, no, that's too fast. I'm not doing under 5 minutes. Like, that's just, nah, that might be a little too quick. Well, I ain't saying I ain't had some 5-minute performance, but you know, I'm usually, 12 to 15 minutes is a good range. I don't know. I mean, but there's been sometimes, you kind of stretch it out a little bit, but I ain't got all day for that shit. Like, come on, let's wrap it up here. Let's move on to the next thing. Communication is definitely key. I got some good positive stuff to talk to you guys about too. I did want to talk about this. Ronnie Nicole said, I need a hot 20 and then a snack. Let me ask you guys this. What is your favorite post-sex snack? I'm a simple man. Nice turkey sandwich, a little mustard and mayo. Maybe put a little chips on the sandwich. Yeah, I think. What's your favorite? What's your go-to replenishment snack after you didn't clap them cheeks? Where you going with it? Turkey and cheese sandwich. I'm telling you, turkey, you can't leave. You can't. I mean, you can't lose with that. Watermelon and a ham and cheese sandwich with Duke's mayo. Watermelon with a sandwich? Well, I guess that's if you go on a picnic, that's some shit you can eat. And watermelon is replenishing as a mofo. G Cypher said, just cold water. That's why. Oh, Ratoya, you said you faked it. Okay, have you now? All right. Ratoya out here faking it in these. I just don't understand what the fakeness is coming from. Because now I feel like if a woman fakes an orgasm, the guy's going to think that he's doing it right, and then he's going to keep giving you non-orgasm sex. To whereas if you just kind of be, because guys, like we know, a lot of times we trying to hold it till y'all get there. I feel like that's an exercise of futility. That's like rewarding somebody for something that they're not doing right. Jay said, I just need some juice and a blunt. Okay. Definitely need the blunt, Paula said. Okay. Did I hear about DJ Envy? Yeah, his wife, he said he wasn't making his wife come for 10 years. That's wild. How the fuck are y'all not communicating that much to where for 10 years of having sex, you ain't making it happen? I could not be having sex for 10 years and not having an orgasm and just acting like it was cool. Oh, wait, somebody said she was cheating? No. Is that what it was? I thought you were talking about she wasn't having orgasms. Lloyd Rice says, if they was each other's first and they don't know what sex was anyway. That's a fact, because I started having sex at 15. I was trash for the first 15 years. Hilarious. Miss Keys at 913 said a nap. Lovey31 said long is a bad waste of time. I hear you. Cindy Holloway said, I don't think I've ever had a snack after. What? You psychopath? What are you doing after sex? Typing a soliloquy? I'm talking shit. Just Humbeline said, I don't talk You said you don't snack after? Really? Oh, I gotta eat after cereal. Yes. All the ladies are like, I go to sleep. Man, we need some. Rico said steak. Who just has steak on hand post sex? We get a medium rare steak. Yeah, is that me? The women are just talking about going to sleep. The men, we want to get snacks. Bank of Josh said, I was going to talk about using the restroom with the door open. I don't like it when, for one, personal pet peeve. I don't want to see a woman use the bathroom. And I hate when relationships get that comfortable that that's what we're doing. It's like that should be just one place where you can kind of just, and I get it, like, because I've lived with women before. So, every like blue moon, sometimes you see it, but like if it's becoming a normal thing, nah, oh, wow. Tasha said, what's the time limit on head? Wow, great question. I ain't really trying to get no head for more than 10, 12 minutes. Ronnie said, who closes the door to the bathroom? I feel like everybody should close the door to the bathroom if there's somebody else in the room. If you're by yourself, keep the door open, live, do your life. I don't like seeing women use the bathroom. I don't want you to see me using the bathroom. It's just like, hey, we can't go everywhere together. Like, I'm just not. Lovey31 said, fruit, sandwich, wings, chips. You try to have a whole sampler platter after that, the throws of passion. Roddy said, this is my house. I'm naked and all the doors open, bathroom and all. I mean, depends on how much you care about that. We can't go everywhere together, man. Let me just use the bathroom in peace. I don't want to see you pissing. I just don't like that. I just be like, ugh. I don't want to see. I feel like bathrooms are the space where I'm not really into like, let's take a shower together. Like, no. I'm just like, no. I don't want to do that. And I've never been that. Like, I mean, every now and again you get in the shower, I guess, with a chick, and it's cool because you got the soaps and it's just like, get out. G Cyber said, me too, married for 13 years and we need our privacy. Just think about it. Where else do you go in the world where you really get privacy outside of the bathroom? And I feel like that is a space that should be protected. So that's all I'm saying about that. What else did I have on here? There was another thing I wanted to touch on, but I think I'll probably leave that alone. I had two other topics. LeBron James' son was getting heat for his prom date. Twitter was calling him lost because his date was white. I was just like, come on, man, you gotta leave these kids alone. For real, y'all gotta leave these kids alone. Let these kids do what they want to do. As long as they ain't doing nothing wrong, let them do what they do. And Diddy is stuck in the love triangle with some of his women, some couple little chicks. So those was some things that I was going to talk about, but I think that we made it through without those topics. And we only got 10 minutes left, so we don't need to go there unless that's something you guys want to. I didn't like that, I didn't like that with the LeBron James, with his son thing, because I'm just like that. I just didn't like that. Like, let these kids be kids, man. And social. That's why I don't really post my daughter no more. I used to post my daughter a lot, just because of shit like that. Get out these kids' business, man. Get out these goddamn kids' business. And I feel like that's low-key, like, teaching racism. Like, who cares if he went on a prom date, and his date was white? What are you saying? Who cares? Like, we can't. I feel like, that's just, I don't like that. Like, let these children grow up. Let them make the decisions that they want to make. Like, get y'all old asses out their business. As long as they ain't fucking up their life and doing nothing stupid, let them fucking live. I hated that. It was all over Twitter. It was like, nah, man, come on. Ronnie said, great show, though. We here with it. Thank you. I appreciate you. We had a great little amount of people in here. We were like averaging about 85 to 100 people between YouTube and Instagram. Tony Baker was in here. Shout out to him. He was definitely giving some great insight. So yeah. Lloyd Wright said, you date who you're around. I'm pretty sure he goes to school with a lot of other races. Yeah, but I just feel like date who you want to date. If that's who he wants to date and that's who he's into, then let that. I just feel like when grown adults start speaking on that shit and calling him laws, he's a fucking kid. Shut up. Ronnie Jordan up in this thing. What up, my boy? What up, my boy? Shout out to Ronnie Jordan, man. Great guy, man. I've always been a big fan of Ronnie Jordan. I've been able to collaborate with him lately on some different all deaf stuff, man. And he's just a solid dude, man. Solid individual. So make sure y'all go follow my boy. And he funny than a motherfucker. And he blessed AF. You heard? So yeah, we're wrapping up this episode, right? Because we got to get out of here in about 9 minutes. So before we get out of here, I wanted to leave y'all with some good positive words of affirmation and some good stuff that I want to give y'all the game with, if that's okay. Because on the Morning Cup of Dough morning show, we're not just here to crack jokes and talk about what's going on in the news. We're here to have real good conversations. I'm about to start having some guests soon, but then I also want to send y'all out into the world today, this day that the Lord has made, with some good words, with some good energy and some good information. So so let me just say this. On this Thursday, as you guys, mind you, if you can hear my voice, if you can see my face, you make sure y'all hit that like button for your boy. Okay. So if you can hear my voice, if you can see my face, you blessed, right? You here. You get another opportunity to live your life, to live your dreams, to do all your things. But I want to, there's a certain amount of people in here that this is for. So this ain't going to be everybody, but some people need to hear this. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to go ahead and say it to you. Don't have fear of starting over. Huh? Okay. Don't have fear for starting over in whatever you're doing. Now, what I mean by that is a lot of times in life, things don't go our way. You can plan something. You can be going and working in a particular field. You can be in a particular relationship. And then things could change and you might have to start over. You might have to start over from square one. You might have to start over from square one time and time again. What I'm here to tell you is that is okay. Stop running from the narrative that there is something negative about starting over. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to understand that failure is a part of success. So I can use my personal journey and where I'm at to kind of illustrate what it is for you guys. I've dealt with that from time and time again, right? And when you start over, it can be scary because it's just like a lot of what you can do is you can keep looking back at where you were before and maybe how things were going or maybe how things were rocking, the different people that you were working with. And then the insurmountable thought of starting over can scare you. And I'm here to tell you, no, don't fear that. You have to understand that you were custom made, one of one. So your story is only you can write it. Only you can live your life. So to think that having to start over is somehow negative is comparing yourself to other people and what they're doing. And that is the flaw of things. If you get to start over, thank God you get to start over because now you got the knowledge and the information of what not to do. Huh? Okay? So that's what I'm thinking. You see what I'm saying? You can't be afraid of that. Sometimes I get afraid because I be like, man, I got to start over, and my followers aren't where they used to be, and my reach isn't as big as it used to be. Okay, but guess what? I still have what God put inside of me. I still got the wherewithal. You know what I'm saying? I was having a conversation yesterday, and it really kind of shifted me because as I was talking, I said, I was talking, and the person I was talking to was just like, well, what do you think? Because I was basically kind of like getting in my head. I'm like, man, sometimes I get depressed because, sometimes I look at my peers and I feel like I'm losing a race and I feel like, I'm not getting to where I'm supposed to get to and they are. And, I'm not jealous or anything, but, sometimes that makes me feel inadequate in a sense. They were like, well, do you feel like you're working as hard as your counterparts, right? And what I said, well, when I'm locked in, I go. They were like, what? They were like, when I'm locked in. And so they basically said to me, like, well, you don't get to make that decision of when you lock in and when you don't. You got to stay locked in all the time. And that resonated with me. And I was just like, you're right. I do got to stay locked in. So that's kind of what hit me like a ton of bricks was stay locked in on what you're supposed to be doing and don't focus on what else is going on. But don't be afraid of the start because I'm telling you, it's going to be hard at the beginning. It's like when you lose a bunch of weight and then you gain it back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now you're starting over. But now you got the knowledge of, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. You feel what I'm saying? And so don't have any fear of doing that. Don't rob yourself of the journey. This is something that somebody out here needs to hear this. Don't rob yourself of the joy of the journey by doing anything to prove anything to anybody. Do it for you. Do it in love, not to show anybody anything. Show yourself. I'm going to read that one more time because I wrote that down. I typed it. Don't rob yourself of the joy of the journey by doing anything to prove anything to anybody. Do it for you. Do it in love, not to show anybody anything. Show yourself. Don't get caught up in that. Don't be like, well, I'm going to show them. They never believed in me. I'll show them. I'll do this and they'll see I was worthy. Because now all your time and energy is going to, and you're never going to get the response that you want anyway. Paula said I needed to hear that. Praise God. I knew somebody needed to hear that. Because I feel like sometimes we can do that. We go in there with the chip on our shoulder. I'm going to show some. I'm going to show them. They should have never did this to me. I'm going to show them. You're wasting your time. The only race, Tia Williams says, the only race you're in is the one with yourself. It's a fact. And don't waste your time looking at other people. Be like those horses in the races. They put the blinders on them. The horses can't even see the other horses. They just know I'm going forward. Don't be afraid of that to start over. Xylo up in this thing. Get loaded up with gains and stay locked in. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about what they're doing. Don't worry if they're going to ever get it. They're never going to get it. You got to do it for you. James said, Jesus is the greatest, my boy. I wouldn't disagree. So that's what I wanted to say to whoever needed to hear that. Don't be afraid to start over. You know what I'm saying? You're not losing the race. You're only in the race, by yourself. Take pride in starting over and coming back better. You're going to appreciate it more when you get there. And failure is a part of success. If you think that success is just this linear thing that you're just going to do, and you're going to say, well, I want to do this thing, and you're just never going to deal with any adversity, you're just going to go and win, you're looking at this the wrong way. You got to start over? Oh, well. There's people that go to jail and then they come out and you got to start over. Okay, you got to start over. Made some mistake. Okay, it's fine. You had a bunch of money a couple years ago and you done blew it doing dumb shit and you can't even think about where all the money went. When you think about it, it's okay. They ain't going to stop printing money. You still go get you some. Tia Williams says, y'all got to be blessed. Y'all go out and be great. That's all I want you to do. Xylo says, stay in your lane and you arrive to your major destination. That's a fact. Stay in your lane and understand this is the day that the Lord has made. You get to do it today. Don't try to do it all today. Just break it down into fractions. Just do a piece of it. This has been episode 10. We in double digits, baby, of the Morning Cup of Dough Morning Show. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you for spending your time with me, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or if you stay in here like some of the OGs for the whole 2 hours. I appreciate you, and I will always come in here and give y'all and put my best foot forward every time. I'll try not to make excuses. I'll try to always keep improving because we are writing the stories of our lives, and we don't stop until we put down the pen. I have been your host, Doughboy. This has been another episode of Morning Cup of Dough Morning Show. Until tomorrow. Peace.